I thought it'd be fun to take you along with pinning to Pinterest for an entire week. I don't use an outside app. I use Pinterest to schedule everything, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. So before we jump into my Pinterest, I want to talk about a few tips and tricks. The first thing I want you to think about are your content pillars or your product categories, and these will kind of guide you on what types of boards you should be making. So for me, this looks something like small business printables, SVGs, fonts, things like that. I also have some boards for things that I'm interested in, like lettering, quote. So not every single board of mine is a product or something very specific to my brand. You definitely don't want a ton of personal boards like dinner ideas or house projects or things like that. Not unless it directly relates to your target audience and makes sense for them. After getting some of your major categories written down, I would see if any of them are super broad and need to be broken up. So for me, this looked like breaking up my SVGs, because if you put all of your SVGs in there and you're making stuff for dog moms, for Christmas, for spring, summer, all these different holidays and events, then the board kind of gets confusing, and it's like Pinterest won't know what the board is actually about because there's so many different things going on that is kind of unsure of who to actually target with this board. So I have broken up my SVGs into a few different boards. What does my pin schedule look like? If you follow any of my reset videos, you've probably seen that I have been struggling to keep up with Pinterest this year, but last year I was doing fairly decent with it. I stopped using Tailwind because I just didn't see that it was actually improving things. And in fact, the more I learned about Pinterest, the more I realized that Tailwind actually probably wasn't helping anything. I stopped using Tailwind and I now exclusively pin within Pinterest scheduling. The way I like to suggest how much you should be posting every single day or every single week is how much content can you actually be doing on a regular basis. Like every other platform out there, consistency is key, and if you post for 1 week and not for a month, like you're never gonna grow. So I would recommend thinking about what number it is that you could actually do every single week, then divide that up into days. For the most part, I could actually keep up with this if I was remembering to make content for Pinterest, but I keep forgetting and other things keep happening. But pick a number that works for you. If it's one time a day to get started, then start with that and then increase it as you have built up this habit. That's what I've been kind of doing as I've been getting back into Pinterest, is just one time a day, and then I can go up to 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then whatever I can consistently keep up with. And at some point you're going to realize I can't do X amount a day because that's just too much for me. If you have SVGs and you are making like 30 a week, you have at least one post for every product that you've just made. Now, what I would recommend is, if you're doing something like that, is to have multiple pins for each product so that you can post it more than once and not just like one and done. So that gives you even more content to work with. I use a spreadsheet like this that I just print out, and it has every single day, and I just keep track of what boards I've been pinning to so that I don't post to the same board and forget other things. So that kind of helps me keep track of what days I need to still schedule for. When you're just using Pinterest, it's harder to see what days you've done if you're not doing it all at one time. Like Tailwind had a good calendar for that, but Pinterest does not. So that's why I'm just writing everything down. It is not recommended to post one pin to multiple boards. It's better to post to the most relevant board first and then have multiple variations of that pin if you need to. So then you can post it to other boards if you really feel like it needs to be on more than one board. That's why I don't really use Tailwind anymore, because you were scheduling one pin to multiple boards. It isn't effective and it isn't advised from Pinterest to do that. So if you have digital products, I would recommend mocking it up on multiple images so that you would have 2 to 3 images to use per product. And that gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you want to be uploading it more than one time and also posting it to different boards. You can do it that way. Should you have niche boards or generic boards? My personal experience with this is that Pinterest really likes to know what a board is about. So if you can have a specific topic, then I would go that route. Like I mentioned earlier, is I split up my SVG category because that would be super broad and a lot of keywords and a lot of things going on in that one board. So that's why I split those up. It's also why I don't really recommend group boards, because you don't really know what other people are putting in there, and you can't control like if they're gonna add a description or or not. There's so many things going on with the group boards that make it so that they're not really that effective. I actually went through my stats and realized that most of my group boards were not performing at all. I have one board that has one viral pin on it. I stayed on that board because I keep getting views on that pin, so might as well keep it. But other than that, I got rid of all of my group board and no longer look or seek out any of those. Make sure if you are just starting with your Pinterest to have all of your board details filled out, like have that description filled out of what the board is. Again, this helps Pinterest know what the board is about. So I would write this like you were talking to a friend. So don't just keyword stuff it and put like keyword, comment, and keep like just having it be keywords. Write full sentences, describe it how you would if you were talking to a friend. This board is about tips and tricks for creative small businesses. You'll find tutorials on SEO, Pinterest, YouTube, whatever it is. So something like that sounds just a little bit better than a bunch of random boards. Okay, now that we know what boards to have, how often to schedule, now it's time to actually get into Pinterest and schedule our post. Every title should have the product name and a keyword. The description should be 1 to 3 sentences in a conversational manner, and again, not keyword stuffed. So just write out sentences about the post. I can't find any concrete evidence on if hashtags help or not, so I keep using them, and it's unknown if those are helping or not, but I just add a few hashtags at the end. And then make sure you are posting to the most accurate board. Don't just post it to a random board that has no relevance to the post. It won't do as well. And then you can also add a topic, but one, this is a little bit finicky, and two, not every topic is there. So if it's relevant, you can add a topic. I'm still on the fence on if these help or not, because I've had posts do well with them and without them, so it's hard to know if you should be doing this like for sure or if they're just a little extra thing you can do. Okay, I am in Pinterest now, and I'm going to go to Business Hub, create a pin. I have some already uploaded, but what you would do is drag your files into here. And what I want to start doing is actually pinning some of my YouTube videos. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to test out using the thumbnail and also doing like a vertical pin that talks about it in a different way. So I'm going to try a few different formats for this, but for right now, I'm going to just schedule out all these pins that I already have in here and kind of show you some things to consider. So I have these illustrations that I made on Instagram, and I was debating if I wanted to schedule this and link it to my Instagram or link it to my tips and trends board, which is the whole reason behind making this. But ultimately, I think I'm going to link it to Instagram because in that caption, it talks about the tips and trends board. So I feel like if I can get some more traffic to Instagram, maybe that would be more worth it. I'm not sure. So I think I'm just going to keep it with Western Gothic illustrations. And then I'm going to do the board titled illustrations. I'm going to come down here, publish at a later date, going to look at the time it is right now. And actually, I'm just going to post this now. So I'm going to write this down and I'm going to schedule this now. So I'm going to come down here, do the same thing with cottagecore illustrations. So since I just posted 2 illustrations today, I'm not going to have this be scheduled right after it. I'm going to schedule it for a few days later, and I'm writing that all down on my piece of paper. So you can just keep this right over here in your drafts, and you don't have to schedule it right now because you schedule everything all at once. But I'm going to go on to the next things. Now that I've got a few ready, I can just select all of these and then come down here where it says schedule, which is slightly outside of view. I apologize for that, but it's right underneath all of this. It just says schedule. And then you'll see these 4 are scheduling, and that's how you can do it all at one time instead of one post at a time. And I like that you can copy and paste descriptions and titles from post to post. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going through each one, giving it a title, giving it a description, adding some hashtags, choosing the board. Sometimes I add a topic. I haven't been doing that. And then I schedule it to a certain day. And with Pinterest, you can schedule up to 30 days from now. You actually can get quite ahead with this if you'd like to. If you needed to delete a post, you could delete it by coming up to the three dots and deleting. And what I like about this is that you can add it to your drafts, and then from any computer you're on, as long as you have your Pinterest signed in, you can work from there. So usually I have the files on my desktop, but I sometimes like to work on my laptop. So I will upload everything on my desktop and then go work on my laptop on my couch or something like that. So that's super convenient that it stays there, and they stay for 30 days. So you have plenty of time to get those scheduled out. Is there a limit to how many posts you can schedule? Not that I've found. There's a limit to how many days in advance you can schedule though, but I don't think they limit how many you can schedule out in a single day. But honestly, I don't think you're gonna have that issue unless you have thousands and thousands of files ready to upload. I just don't see how anyone would run into an issue with that. Can you schedule to multiple boards at once? Not necessarily. So you could choose your board and then you could duplicate it and it would create an exact copy of it, and you could do it that way. Should you use a third-party app like Tailwind or something else along those lines? I would say no. I can only speak from personal experience, but when I stopped using Tailwinds, I saw my views go up. And personally, I think that they want you to be using their platform, and they're probably more happy to push things out that way. That's not really a fact, that's speculation, because a lot of platforms want you to be on their platform as long as possible. So of course they'd rather you be scheduling from them versus somewhere else. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm just thinking that way because I feel like that's how Instagram is. Also, I don't really think you need to be posting as much as Tailwind suggests. They have you posting like 5 to 10 times a day and then rescheduling those pins to different boards multiple times. And my thought is that if you have a pin that can go to 5 or 10 boards, then you have too many boards. I don't think you need that many. Like if one piece of content has so many places it could go to, then you just have too many boards. So I just released some new coloring pages and I want to make some Pinterest images for them so I can pin them, and I want to take you along with the process of doing that. So I'm in Illustrator and I have some templates that I use. These are my SVG ones or sublimation, something like that, and then these are ones I've been sharing with Cricut Access Designs. So I think I'm gonna try and combine the two of these into one. Okay, so I've got that down. Now let's open up my coloring pages that I just did. We got these coloring pages in. I'm actually gonna go into Pinterest and look up adult coloring pages and see if there's any common factors. So it looks like most of the ones on Pinterest are just the image, and I'm not doing that because I don't want people to download these from Pinterest and steal my designs. Yeah, basically everything in here is just the image itself, and I don't love that. So I guess we're on our own with figuring out what we want to do. First, I want to create a rectangle that's the same size as this. I'm going to change the color and round the corners a little bit. My phone ran out of space, so I had to quickly do that. I don't know where it cut off, but hopefully you didn't miss too much. I was debating what I wanted to write here. I want something here to cover up part of the design, so I figured something like that would work. I just gotta make sure it's perfect. What I like to do is make sure it's perfectly equal from the top and the bottom. So you can see it needs to come down just a little bit. So now it's perfect from both sides. And now what I'm gonna do is actually, I should have just not had any of these there from the beginning. I'm just gonna duplicate this. First you gotta turn off anything that's locked. Duplicate those, so now I got a bunch. Now I can put this here, this here, this here, center that, do that, center that, do that. Now I gotta make sure the image is right where it needs to be. I actually really like how this turned out. It's matching my updated branding a bit more than the other SVGs and Cricut Access. I mean, this one still matches. I really like how this turned out. I'm not going to change this, but these don't really line up with what my branding looks like anymore, so these do, I feel like. Oh, I gotta flip this one. This is the only one I'm not sure about because I don't think horizontal looks as good. I feel like this has to be like a square or something. Like maybe I make the horizontal ones a little bit shorter. Would that be weird? Maybe, but I feel like that just like looks a little bit better when it's shorter. I don't know. So I'm gonna export these and add them to Pinterest right now and go through the same process as uploading as I have for all the other ones. Here's what they look like when they are exported. I feel like that looks pretty good. I hope you found this video helpful and maybe you learned a few things about Pinterest. If you have any questions, let me know and I'm happy to help you. I also will be releasing some small business resource guides, and depending on when this video comes out or when you're seeing it, they might already be released, so check the description for that information. But if you have any questions at all about Pinterest or scheduling, let me know and I'm always happy to help. I will see you next time. Bye.